Hello, this is going to be a different video from what I normally do. I'm just going to talk about something that happened in Dungeons & Dragons that I ran a week ago. But there will be some game footage on screen. So if you want, you can just, I guess, tab out, do something else. If that's not your kind of thing, you still have some visuals to look at. Yeah, the thing I want to talk about is... Okay, so the adventure of the day started with one character. Oh yeah, I should introduce the characters perhaps. We have Karabar, an elven druid. We had Paelias, a tiefling warlock. No, a tiefling sorcerer who wanted to become a warlock. That's important. And we had a fighter named Con, human. I wanted to create some drama in the party. You see, this sorcerer wanted to become a fiend warlock, so they wanted to start worshipping a devil or demon, a fiend, basically. And I thought, well, what I could do is I could make a story in which Con's old village was being taken over by an evil cult that was brainwashing everybody. So Con would definitely not want this cult to exist. Meanwhile, I would want to give Paelias the opportunity to join this cult, so he can start multi-classing his sorcerer warlock character, and there would be some drama, because that is definitely not what Con would like to happen. You know, one of his party members worshipping the demon, this cult, is also worshipping. So anyway, Con received some letters, some very disturbing, disconcerting letters from his brother that basically told him, hey, come back to Lundy. And then he got a very suspicious one that looks like it was either not written by his brother or written by his brother who was in a trance or something. The letters do describe the villagers being in a trance all the time. So they made their way over to Lundy, and the player who played Con made it very clear to everybody, we should not kill these enthralled villagers. They are not guilty, they have been mentally ensnared in some way, we should not kill them. He even bought a shovel to hit them over the head with in a non-lethal way to make this clear to the other players. But Paelias doesn't care. Paelias, the tiefling sorcerer, we don't really use alignment in our game. He's evil though. He is 100% evil, without a doubt. Anyway, so they make their way over to Lundy, they do some investigation, and at some point they find the house in which a sermon was taking place. There were two cultists who didn't seem mentally ensnared, and like 28 townsfolk who were mentally ensnared. And the elf went in, he did some sneaking about, some subterfuge, some talking, pretending like he was considering joining the cult. And then they want to take him away. Maybe they thought that he's been asking too many questions. Maybe they genuinely want to invite him into the religion. We don't know, because at that point, Con and Paelias jumped out and attacked them. At which point everything went crazy. The people who were upstairs, they began slowly walking down and filling up the room, surrounding all of the players. And yeah, combat break loose. So the warlock... the sorcerer who wanted to become warlock, the sorcerer, he thought, oh, I can light the stairs on fire. The lower floor of the building is made of stone, the upper floor is made out of wood, so we'll be safe. So he cast some fire spell on the staircase, and slowly the building, or at least the top floors of the building, began to burn, killing off villagers. Now, you might think, oh no, what a coincidence. Well, he had been killing some of these villagers beforehand, even though Con made it very clear that he did not want this to happen. So I thought, oh yes, it is gonna go down. There's going to be some amazing drama between the characters, and they will both have opportunities to roleplay. They don't have to, but they can. It was going to be amazing. An awful shame, though, isn't it, that it didn't work out in the end? Because what happened, the sorcerer, I had given him a crystal with which he can cast spells much more efficiently, but the crystal can destabilize, which happened during the battle, so he cast a very strong spell onto himself. On top of that, most of the villagers were attacking him because the villagers want to win, the bad guys want to win. These bad guys, they might have been enthralled, but they were still intelligent human beings. They can recognize armor and they know what armor does, and they could see that this strange character was not wearing any armor, so they began attacking him. So every turn he got to do like 1-2 spells, whereas the opponent got to attack him 3 or 4 times, depending on how surrounded he was. So he was losing health very quickly. At some point he went down, he went unconscious. So the druid, who had turned into a wolf, turned back into an elf, and he healed him. Then he turned back into a wolf. Then the sorcerer went down again. And so the druid turned back into an elf from a wolf to heal him again. And now he couldn't turn into a wolf anymore, which was kind of annoying, because that was dealing a lot of damage. And then the sorcerer went down once more, and this was after he had sort of retreated himself, but he had actually driven himself into a corner. So now he was surrounded by bad guys, and the good guys couldn't reach him. He went down, and a villager stabbed him in the face, just to make sure he's dead. So, in the end, it just didn't work, right? I mean, I was thinking, ooh, there's going to be all of this drama, and as the fight was going on, I was thinking, oh my goodness, because I was keeping a tally of how many villagers had been killed by this evil sorcerer who was part of the party. So I was thinking, oh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen between Con and Paelias after all of this is done and over with. Well, when all was done and over with, there was no Paelias anymore. The player didn't really mind. He said, oh well, that can happen, I'll just roll a new character. But I, on the inside, was thinking, oh no, I sort of ruined my own plan. So that's a shame, but, you know, it can happen. That's the whole point of Dungeons & Dragons, and being, well, I don't want to toot my own horn too loudly, trying to be a good DM, is that you want to give your players opportunities, and that you want to give them a setting, but you don't decide what they do and how they do it. It is their choice, their decision in the end, and their decisions led to my plan not working out, sadly. So that is something I wanted to share. If you have no idea what any of this means because you don't play Dungeons & Dragons, I'm sorry, I guess. There will be a more normal or more standard video, according to my standards, in not too long. But yeah, I just wanted to tell this for now. If you have been watching and or listening, thank you for doing so, and I'll see you next time.